Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing the look that you see on the screen. Obviously, it's a really colorful, playful look. I wanted to incorporate the color purple all over my face, on my eyes, my lips, and my highlight. I'm going to start by priming my eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the color Eden. I like this one because it's lighter than my skin tone and it's really bright, which means that it's going to make the color stand out a lot more. It's going to be much more impactful than me going in with a darker base. To set that, I'm going to go in with MAC Soft Brown Eyeshadow on Mint Brush number 20, and I'm just going to place that all over my eyelid, and whatever's left on the brush, I'll bring up toward my brow bone, and this is just to help all the other colors blend much nicer on my eyelid. So now going into the Subculture palette with a pencil brush, I'm going into this beautiful dark plummy brown, which I really liked, and I'm placing that on the outer V of my eyelids, as well as the inner corner of my eyelids. We're doing a little bit of a halo eye here, so I'm just putting that in, and you don't have to be neat at all with this. You guys know I don't like having the restriction of having to be neat because that's just too much pressure. Literally, you just want to place the product, and you don't want to put too much. You just want to put enough that you can blend out the color and have the color show up. So as you can see, I'm just going back and forth. I'm not really going crazy with blending and moving the brush everywhere. I'm just following the pattern, and I'm taking whatever color comes off on the brush and putting that in the crease of my eye. You don't need to add product there. You just need to blend everything out. And then once you blend everything out, you can see here that it looks a lot more lighter, and we'll go back in and fix that to get the intensity that we want later on. I wanted to lighten up the crease a little bit, so I went in with this yellow orangey color from the palette, and I used it on the same brush that we had, MAC Soft Brown, and I just placed that in the crease to blend out the crease and give it a little bit more dimension. And now, like I mentioned, I'm going to go back in because I want the intensity of the outer corner and the inner corner to really stand out. So I'm going back in with that darky plum color, picking it up on the same brush, and then putting it just on my outer and inner corner as well, and then blending that out. And this time I'm trying not to blend it out too much. I want to keep the color and the intensity intact, but I just want it to look blended out and have no harsh lines. So now going in with Milk Jumbo Pencil from NYX, I'm just placing that on the inner part of my eyelids where I'm going to apply the light purple. I'm doing this because I want to lighten up that area so the purple really stands out. If I just put it on top, it might not necessarily show as much. I'm taking this really beautiful purple from the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm placing that everywhere I placed that white base. Going back into that same palette, I'm picking up this really beautiful iridescent purple, and I'm using a synthetic brush to place that on top of the other purple that we put before. I really just wanted to add a little bit of shine without having to add any intense glitter, and this color was so beautiful just for that step. And you can even wet this color and put it on your lid if you wanted to. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to wipe away any fallout. There was a lot of fallout from the first color in the Subculture palette, so I'm going to get rid of that with a makeup wipe, and then I'm going to go into color correcting. I'm basically taking a peach orange color, and just anywhere I have darkness, I'm placing that on top, and then I'm going to blend it out with a beauty blender. If you guys have lighter skin than to me, if you were like a Caucasian woman, you might want to go in with a pinky type of color corrector if you have a lot of redness on your face. So really just depending on the color of your skin, you would use the opposite color from the color wheel to offset the darkness or the redness that you have on your skin. I have a whole video on this, so if you want to see this, I will link it on the cards up above, and you can click it out and check it and see all about color correcting. So now for foundation, I'm going in with my MAC Studio Weight foundation. I love this foundation. It is one of my favorites. I just discovered it about last year or the year before, and it has become literally my favorite foundation. I use it all the time. It has SPF in it, so it's really great for the summer as well. I'm just using a beauty blender to blend everything out, and then I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, just placing that on all the usual places that I would focus on highlighting my face. You can't just put it underneath your eye area because it will look weird if you don't balance it out. So I'm also putting it down the middle of my face and a little bit on my forehead. And once again, I'm taking another beauty blender and blending everything out. I notice that when you blend things out, sometimes it's hard to get into like the little crease area of your eye, like right underneath your eye. It might be hard for you to blend it out, or your hand might hurt from using the beauty blender. So I really love this brush technique. I don't focus too much on the under eye area with my beauty blender, and then I go in with this really soft brush and just help blend out that area. And then you can go in with your beauty blender on top of this just to make sure everything's really nice and blended and seamless. So now to set that, I'm going in with my beauty blender again, And I'm picking up some Nye Banana Powder and just baking my face while I move on to contour. And for contour, I'm using MAC Format Blush. It is a blush, but I love it on my skin as a contour. And I'm not going in with an intense contour. I'm really bronzing the skin and contouring my skin at the same exact time. Really just kind of taking my time with this, but also just being really careless with this. I don't necessarily want like a chiseled look. I really just want it to be more effortless and more bronzy and just more summertime. To get rid of all that excess powder, I'm using the same brush I used earlier to blend out my concealer. It's actually a really great brush. It's quickly become one of my favorite brushes. So I'll link it down below along with all the other products that I was using today so that you guys can check it out. I'm moving on to contouring my nose. I love contouring my nose. I do this every time I do my makeup. Even if I don't do much other steps with my makeup, contouring my nose is definitely something I do. I think it makes such a difference, and it's like an instant nose job without surgery. And every time I blend it out, I always use my finger just because I want to get a natural look. Now going into really one of the star products of this tutorial, the Fenty Beauty highlighter in this beautiful iridescent purple color. I placed it everywhere I would naturally put a highlight, and it's just honestly one of the most beautiful highlights. And I think the color maybe kind of scares people, so they don't necessarily think to pick up this product, but honestly guys, pick it up. Like, look how beautiful it looks. So I obviously put it on my cheekbones, I put it down the bridge of my nose, on top of my eyebrow and underneath my brow bone, and then obviously in the inner corner of my eyelids. For lips, I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime to prep my lips, and then I'm going in to SALON Velvetine from Lime Crime Cosmetics. Once I place that on my lips, I'm going to blend it out with my finger, and then I'm going in with Chinchilla lipstick from Lime Crime as well and blending that out with my finger as well. And this just helps to give a really nice blended look. It gives you this purple lip color that basically you've made yourself, but it also has a lot of depth and definition because you're using multiple colors to achieve this look. Now, to take these lips to the next level and use that highlight once again, I placed that highlighter on the inner portion of my lips, like the middle part, and then I kind of blended it out with the highlighter stick and my finger to really give it this really nice effect and just give some dimension and depth to the lips. I really like how they came out. Last step was blush, and I used my favorite blush, which you can find down below, and finito, we are done. Okay guys, so this is the end of my tutorial. I really wanted to do something different, something with purple, and really incorporate the color all over the face rather than just the eyes and then doing a nude lip. Obviously, if you think that this is too much color on the lips, you could totally do a nude lip and it would still look just as bomb. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you join my little YouTube family. If you want to see more color coordinated looks, like doing like maybe like an orange look, or maybe doing a yellow or a brown where I'm doing the same color throughout my whole face, let me know and I would totally do that. I think that'd be really cool if there's a certain color that you want to wear, but you want to wear it in more than one spot. I think videos like this are a great way for you to get some ideas on which products to use and how to use them. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Don't ever forget you are so beautiful. Bye guys.